Okay, so good morning class and welcome to the session. Guys, quickly join please. Okay. So last week we have started with the RESTful, right? Monday. Well, not say last week, but last class. Okay. बाकी लोग कब तक आएंगे? How many people have joined? Let me see. 13. Right? Wait करें. Are people coming to the class or shall we start? Okay, let's wait for 2 minutes and then. कल का टाइमिंग कितना बजेगा? 8:30, right? See, again, I'm saying those who are supposed to come to class, please visit class, okay? Because I know how is what people do when they attend online, okay? So even when I attend online meeting, half of the time mobile is there in my hand, okay? So attention span is very less when you are in online, if you're not in offline. So please visit class, those who can. 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are you able to see the SQL window? Okay, chalo, let's get started now. So last week we have seen what is our database, what is our schema, what is our primary key, how to create a table, how to use our alter command and all those things. But I think we were there discussing our alter command itself. Let's discuss few more things in the alter command. Few more things or commands. Along with alter. So using alter, what all can we do? Using our alter, we can add a primary key. After a table has been created, we can add a column, right? All those things we can do. So alter can also be used to add a unique key. Alter can also be used to add a unique key. But before we add a unique key, guys, tell me what is difference between unique and primary key. इसके बीच में difference क्या होता है? एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन भी है. These kind of questions can be expected in your interview. तो difference क्या होता है unique and primary key में? Yes, yes, yes. So what answer you're giving is right, but I only hope next time थोड़ा English में बोलो, ठीक है? So वो भी practice हो जाएगा. So if I say there can be many unique key in a single table, ठीक है? There can be many unique key in a single table, but only one PK, only one primary key. Another is unique can have nulls. But primary key can't have nulls. ये याद रख लो, है ना? छोटी सी चीज है, but at the same time it's very important. Okay, let's do one thing. So for example, let me take the same table which we have created the last time. So let me drop this table employee if this table is existing. No database selected. कौन सा database था? Use let's say PJ32. Unknown table PJ32. Okay. Okay, so table has been created. Let's do one thing. Let me do one more thing. Let me add one column. Let me say email ID is Spark 255. Okay. So I have created one table and let's say you describe employee. Okay. So this is how your description looks like. Everyone please create a table and let me know. Add one column, email ID. Better. Create a table and let me know. And then, so as of now, I haven't added a unique ID. Sorry, I have added a unique key, but then using my alter command, I'll try to add a unique key. Let's add unique key constraint to the existing table. So I'll say alter table name. Then I'll say add unique key, and let me say email ID. So now this email ID will act as a unique key. And if we run our display function, let's see, can we get it? So do you notice UNI comes over here? Previously, this UNI was not coming. Okay. So over here, made a comment. Unique key constraint. Unique key constraint. Take your time. Let me know once you're done. And then you will see the later. But we'll go in a very structured manner. Those who have joined remotely, guys, can I have a confirmation from them? Have they done? Any doubt, any questions? Online. So Shubham says done. Amol, Bhupesh, Dhruv, Kalpesh, Rutuja, Saurabh. ये दो सौरभ क्यों हैं? श्रेयस 2 बार क्यों ज्वाइन करे? सुशांत, सिद्धार्थ, हेलो, हेलो. Okay, people are saying they have done it.
Okay.
Okay, so we have seen our unique key constraint, we have seen our primary key constraint, foreign key, and let's see our default constraint. And please try remembering at least this unique default primary key constraint, because when you are designing the, if you are designing a database or something, it will actually help you out. So what can be the default constraint? Default का मतलब क्या होता है? What is the English meaning of default? Already existing. तुम first time आया class में? पहली बार देखा? Your name? Uber. पर तुमने कोई पहले क्लास अटेंड किया? मेरी क्लास में फर्स्ट टाइम हो? ठीक ठीक है। पार्ट ऑफ दिस बैच में भी? पक्का? इसी बैच के पार्ट हो या किसी और बैच के पार्ट हो? 32 में कैसे? एडमिन को बताया, उत्कर्षा को पता है? ओके ठीक है, then most welcome. ठीक है, so default constant, yes, someone was saying something already existing. कुछ और थोड़ा बेटर आंसर चाहिए मेरे को, ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग से थोड़ा बेटर आंसर. You don't have to change it, it would be there, but can we change it? We can change it. So default is yes. So now what you are saying is right. If nothing is given, can someone take an example? If nothing is given, default value would be passed. Default value would be passed, right? If nothing is given, the default value, or default value as in the predefined value. Predefined value would be passed. Predefined value would be passed if nothing is given. Okay. Let's take an example. Example. Your, let's say, business is in India, or I'll say is mostly in India. Abhi just start hua, let's say mostly in India, and so most of the customers would be from India. So by default, we can set the country name as India. Okay. So there are very few people who are from some other countries. So if nothing is given, probably we can set that the name of the country is India. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let's copy this thing and let me create another table. Table का नाम change कर देते हैं. Let me say customer data and country name. Let's say 50 or 20. Then I'll say default. Let me say India. Okay. So whenever you are entering, whenever you are making an entry, if you do not enter anything, it will take default. It will take India for the country name. Okay. देखो, so it gives you the default value India. Okay, if nothing is given, it will always pass the entry as India. Done. Tell me, कुछ बोल दो. Okay, so till this time, what we have done is we have just created a table, columns. We have seen what are data types. Let's try to insert the data. Let's try to insert the data in the table, into the table. अब एक next step लेते हैं. Table creation is probably done, but let's try to insert the data into the table. तुम जो रन कर रहा था ना, तुम्हारा कर्सर ना बड़ा सेंसिटिव है, तो वो सारे रोज को सेलेक्ट नहीं कर रहा था. ठीक है. Probably the query you had written was absolutely right. Okay, now let's move ahead, please. So for inserting the data, what should we do? We'll say insert into, and which table do you want to insert? Let's say I want to insert over there. So there can be multiple ways. You can directly insert from Excel sheet also. Later on, we'll see. Insert into customer ID. And then if you are inserting for all of them, customer data, let me say age, comma, address, comma, email, ID. And then I'll say values. Values, let's say employee name, Mr. A. Let me just say A. Age, let's say 20. Addresses, let's say Pune. And address, let me say ID also. ID is, let's say 123. Email ID is abc.com. Okay, let's insert it. So data has been inserted. Now, everyone, please just stop your coding for a second and have a look. So at line number 117 and 18, I haven't mentioned the name of the country. Do you notice? Country ka naam mention nahi kiya. Yeah. But country name was default India. So let's see, can India enter hua? Has the India been entered? I'll say select a star from, let me say customer underscore data. So if you notice, India has already been. Okay. I haven't given any name, but it is still India. Okay. That does. Okay. Now please continue. Okay, so I want to show you one more thing, which probably normally people at the early stage miss. So over here, I've taken, everyone again have a look, please. So it's very obvious, but needs to be clear in your mind. एक second, please, बात नहीं करो. So employee name, what age, address, ID, email ID, country name. So I have given the columns in the same order, right? I have given the columns in the same order. But can I change the order? Can I change the order? Yes. Answer is obviously yes. I can change it. I can change it. Okay, so I can give age over here. Then I can give, let's say, ID somewhere over here. And email ID. But while inserting the values, you need to be careful. So now if I try to insert this value, probably I'll get an error. Why? Because age is a numeric thing and you are trying to pass the A over here. So it will give an error. Let's try to do it. And देखते हैं क्या हमें error आता है. Probably I get an error. Incorrect value A for column age. Can you notice the error? So what I can do is for age, let me say it is 23 and employee name is, let's say, B. And then what is the next thing? Next thing is ID. So ID is, let me say, 124. Address is, change it to anything. Let's say again, you give just Pune, or let me say Pune, whatever. Email ID abd.com. So will it go fine now? According to me, it should go fine. It goes fine. And again, the default value would have been India. Okay. Default value would have been India. Okay. So you can fill the values in any order, but make sure the values which you are entering are mapped to the column, the order of your columns. Agar age pehle diya hai, then value should also be of age first. Okay. Now please give it to me. Values can also be inserted without giving the column names. Without giving the column names. So for example, in this method, which we have already discussed, let's say your table has some 100 columns. You don't want to insert the values for all the 100 columns, but only for the few columns. You can use this method. But if you want to insert the values for all the columns and in the same order, if you want to insert without giving the name of the columns and in the same order, in which same order of column. In which same order of the column in that table. insert into customer data. Values. So what values is employee name? Let me say ABCD. And then it was age, address. Address, ID. ID is, let's say, 456. Email ID. Okay. So the values get inserted. Okay, so I think people are getting one error, which I want them to get that error. There go. See, guys, everyone, please have a look over here. Again, let me take this up. So, for example, if I take this thing, put it over here, and I remove this column. Okay, and let me quickly change this value. Let's say A, B, C, E, and let me say 26, just to give more clarity. And let's say Mumbai and 457 XYZ, let's say dot XYX dot com. Okay, so syntax wise, it is not giving me any error, but when I run this thing, do you notice it says column count doesn't matches the value count at row 1. So over here, how many columns you had? You had 6 columns. You have 6 columns and you are passing the values only for the 5 columns. So since you have given the 6 columns, you need to pass the 6 values. You need to pass the 6 values, even if the country name is default or whatever. So for example, even if the country name is default, then also you need to pass something over here. Let's say India. This time it will not take default. When you are giving the name of the columns, then it will take the country name default. If you're not giving, then it is one-on-one mapping. जो value पहले आएगी, so ABC, it will go to this column. Okay. Suppose now if I run this thing, ideally I should not get an error. But let's do one thing. Let me take this thing. And if I say ABCF, and instead of ABCF coming over here, let me give something like this. Kya problem ho gaya? Achha, I have closed this thing. Will I get an error? Answer is I should get an error. Why? Because this 26 would be mapped to your employee name. And this ABCF would be mapped to your second column, that is your age. And ABCF is not integer, so it is likely to give an error. Let's do it. So incorrect integer value ABCF for column age. Do you notice? It is giving the same error. So when you do not give the column names, it will map it to the same one-on-one mapping. जो column पहले आया, उसमें पहली value चलेगी. Okay, now please, I think this has given the complete clarity. Take 2 minutes, try it multiple times with various combinations and try to run it where you are having errors also. So errors से ये आदमी सीखता है, ठीक है? क्या error? Okay. Let's see another variation. So I think that could be quite obvious. For example, let me say, and let's play with insert for a time being. Okay? So let's see various scenarios which are proper and scenarios which are not proper, right? So till this time, I have inserted one value at a time, but can I insert multiple values at a time? Answer is obviously yes, है ना? एक value कहाँ तक insert करते रहेंगे? So let me say, let's now insert multiple values at a time. Let now insert multiple values at a time. Okay. First of all, let me say select कितने values insert हो गए. Select star from customer data. Select star from customer data. How many values are there? So there are 4 values we have inserted. We have inserted 4 values. Delete, sorry, delete it. Let's insert the values. So हमारे values क्या क्या हैं? Employee name. Let me insert it from here itself. So then which is the next column? Employee name, age, and then we have address. Address, let's say Walker डाल देते हैं. हम Walker में रहते हैं. ID is let's say 111, and then email ID .com. Then what do we have? Country name. Let me say India. Comma. Just copy this, paste it multiple times. And I think that's it. B, G, and let me say H, 32, 33. Shivaji Nagar, and let me say कोई और प्लेस डाल देता है. कोई और प्लेस बताओ. माउंट. तो माउंट में रहता. Any number. Okay. I'm just, even if you keep the same data, it will not give any issue because it is not a primary key. ठीक है ना? It is still not a primary key. But ये यहाँ पे कुछ तो error दे रहा है. क्यों error दे रहा है?
सर आउट को आपने क्लोज नहीं किया.
हाँ. ठीक है, देखो एक छोटी सी उससे कितना सारा चीजें वो दे रहा था ना. Insert into customer data and let's say so values have been inserted, and if you want you can say select the star from customer underscore data. Our values have been inserted. Okay, so this is how you can insert the multiple values at the same time. Okay, please practice karo. It's very simple, but I want you guys that your fingers should start typing. अभी तुम्हें सोचना पड़ रहा है, बिना सोचे टाइप करना स्टार्ट हो. Done. Okay, let's see another thing. Now, probably the next thing which we are going to see, probably you can heavily use. Obviously, this thing is also heavily used. Everything is heavily used. But the below thing probably can help you in saving huge amount of time. Inserting the data into one table from another table. Inserting the data into one table from another table. Let's say you already have one data. You already have a data, and you want to pull that data into the another table. So even when you say select star, it is in a way you can store that thing into also a temporary table. But as of now, everyone please have a look, guys. So I already have one table. The name of that table is customer data. And we have inserted few records into it also. So let's see, select the star from customer underscore data. So how many records? Or we could have just done the count. So we have 7 rows. We have 7 rows. It is coming over here, 7 rows. Okay. Now, let's create another table. So customer data, and let me just change the name. Let's say duplicate. There is some requirement and you want to create another table, customer data duplicate. Okay. In this second table, you want only few records which match your condition, or you can say requirement. You don't want everything. Okay. You don't want everything. So imagine the customer data table has some thousands or millions of records. You don't want all the thousands and millions of records in your another table, which you want to use for your analysis. You want some few records based upon the condition. कुछ records चाहिए जो तुम्हारी conditions को satisfy करे. So what I can do is, can we enter into it? Obviously, the answer is yes, we can enter into it. So we can say, कोई बता सकता है क्या करना चाहिए? Select the star from, then or I'll not say select, but let me say insert. Insert into customer data duplicate. This is a table where I want to insert. And then I'll say select the star from customer data, where, let me say, not India, but country equal to India. Country equal to India. Will it work? Okay, before we run this command, let's do one thing. If I say select a star from customer data, do you notice there was one country where the country name was China? Baki sare countries India the. So there were 5 entries with India. Sorry, 6 entries with India. So in this, what I'm doing is I'm saying insert into customer data. Agar time being मैं ये command हटा दूं, so this command is obviously very clear to you, the way we have been using. And then I'm saying select a star. So from where would I get the data? I'm saying select a star from customer data. So this thing will select all the records from your customer data and condition where country is India. So where country is India is acting like a filter or is acting like a condition. Now let's run in this command and let's see what happens. Unknown column. It is not country but country name. Okay, let me put country. When country name is equal to India. Goes fine. Now let's do one thing. I'll say select the star from customer data duplicate. So I should get only those countries where country name was India. Do you notice? Only country name India comes, no China. Okay? So if you want to select the records from one table to the another table, use this thing. So insert into the table. अब देखो इसका logic part देखो. So let us beautify this. So what I can do is I can do something like this. Okay, it's already beautified. So insert into customer table. This is a table where you want to insert. अगर insert करना है, then you need to tell from where the data should be, from where you will get the data. I'm saying select a star from customer data. So it will select all the records from the customer data where country name is India. अगर अभी भी problem है तो just run this command. Select a star from customer data where country is India. So you will notice you will get only 6 records. So only these 6 records would be inserted into your customer. ठीक है ना? ठीक है, please run it. Run करो. Any doubt, any question? Guys, feel free to highlight it. Let me know. We can discuss it. कंट्री नेम इक्वल टू डिफॉल्ट नहीं, जब तुम कंपेयर करो तो कंट्री का नाम डालना पड़ेगा ना। जब इंसर्ट कर रहे होते हो तो वो डिफॉल्ट ले लेगा, बट जब कंपेयर करना है तब तो तुम्हें डालना पड़ेगा ना, ठीक है ना? तो वैसे नहीं काम करेगा।
तो ये कंट्री नेम डिफॉल्ट है, तो वैल्यूज में डाला नहीं तो भी इंसर्ट होना चाहिए।
क्यों होगा? अच्छा, नाउ लेट मी टेक दिस क्वेश्चन गाइस। ये क्वेश्चन ऑब्वियस सा आ रहा है। अच्छा, लेट्स डू वन थिंग गाइस।
तो इंडिया मेंशन करना चाहिए।
वही बोलने जा रहा, वही बोलने जा रहा। अच्छा, एवरीवन प्लीज हैव अ लुक ओवर हियर गाइस। लेट्स डू वन थिंग। लेट्स ड्रॉप द टेबल। लेट्स ड्रॉप टेबल एंड टेबल नेम इज कस्टमर दिस थिंग। एक सेकंड सब लोग प्लीज यहाँ पे देखो। आई एम गेटिंग वन ऑब्वियस क्वेश्चन, लेट्स आंसर दैट क्वेश्चन। सो लेट मी ड्रॉप दिस टेबल, then let me create this table. So as of now I won't be having any data in this because I have just created. Now people are saying if I don't give the name of the country, okay? So in what way do you want to run your query? So insert into customer data, select star from customer data, where country name, उसके आगे क्या दोगे, क्या देना चाहते हो? You don't want to give anything? Where country name, just country name? Okay, चलो करके देख लेते हैं। ट्रंकेटेड वैल्यू, डबल वैल्यू इंडिया। लेट्स सी हमारे इसमें क्या आया। सेलेक्ट स्टाफ फ्रॉम कस्टमर डेटा, डुप्लीकेट। कुछ भी नहीं आया होगा बिकॉज क्वेरी में तो एरर आ गया। इट्स एम्प्टी। व्हाई एम्प्टी? सी डिफॉल्ट इज व्हेन यू आर एंटरिंग द वैल्यूज। ओवर हियर यू आर नॉट एंटरिंग द वैल्यूज बट यू आर कंपेयरिंग द वैल्यूज। ठीक है, तुम चेक कर रहे हो क्या कंट्री नेम इंडिया है। So don't get confused with this thing when you are inserting the data. See, यहाँ पे data insert तो हो रहा है, data is getting inserted into this table, but you are comparing the values from this table. ठीक है ना? So if you don't give that thing, you are likely to get an error. ठीक है? And instead of country name, you can give any other thing. So for example, let me take another example. Though it is again quite obvious because but since people are from various background, शायद वो obvious नहीं है. So अब एक सेकंड वापस सब लोग यहाँ पे देखो. I know many people would be knowing that. Select the star from customer data. Let's see what customer data is. So customer data has ID as 123. Let me say ID as 111, right? So let me copy this thing and let me put it over here and I say select a star from customer ID where ID from customer ID where ID is equal to let me say 111. So 111 ID is present in your customer data. But do you think it will work? क्या ये काम करेगी? Answer is yes and no both. Yes, why? Because it will not give you any error. कोई error तो नहीं देगा. But you will not get any data also. You will not get any data also. ठीक है? Customer underscore duplicate. You will not get any data also. Can you notice? यहाँ पे ये ID equal to 111 कैसे आया? है? But ID 111 actually आना नहीं चाहिए because ID is integer ना. No, sorry, not ID. Sorry, my mistake. ID is also integer only, ना? तो ये इसको fetch क्यों करना चाहिए? ID is equal to 111, or let me say age is equal to something else. Age is equal to, let's say, 23. So this 23 should not come according to me because ये हमारा integer हो जाता है. 23 अभी भी आ रहा है. Okay, so it will work. I think it will work. ठीक है ना? Actually हमें without quotes देना चाहिए, but SQL is still taking up. ठीक है ना? So SQL is still taking up. तो I think तुमने कुछ और mistake किया होगा. You know? So normally it should be, you should not give quotes, but over here the quotes is also working. You know? So again, it will just keep on entering. You know? Repeated entries because there is no primary key. ठीक है. Okay, chalo. Let's explore a select statement. So this select statement is quite obvious, but let's explore it. See guys, I'll tell you one thing. एक मिनट वापस line number 166 पे आते हैं. So over here the line number 166 is working fine, but it is working fine in MySQL. In many databases, it will not work fine. For example, if you are writing a query in AWS Athena, this is likely to not work. Why? Because age is defined as an integer. And if you give something inside the code, it is taken as your character. ठीक है ना? Normally, see, in MySQL, it is working, but there are many other databases. So that thing you need. So for example, अगर तुमने Athena या SQL तुमने AWS में query लिखी, तो probably it will not work fine. ठीक है ना? It will not work fine. ठीक है? या suppose करो, let's say तुमने एक space लगाया. अब क्या ये काम करेगी? Let's do one. ठीक है? So run तो हो जाएगी, but will you get the data? Probably you don't get the data. ठीक है? You will not get that data. ठीक है? Select star from table name. This will give all rows and all columns. This will give all rows and all columns. Okay, this will give all rows and all columns. So very simple command. ठीक है? एक बार please run कर लो. Let me say requirement one. We want to select name, ID, and email. क्या हुआ? So select employee name. बताओ कोई प्रॉब्लम? एक काम करो, टेबल को डिलीट करके वापस रन करो और तब 23 स्पेस देके देखो, देखो क्या रन होता है, चेक करो। हाँ, okay. So if you want to select only few columns, right? This is again quite obvious. So instead of giving the star, you give the name of the columns. So it will select only those columns. Okay. These are very obvious commands. ये तुम्हें obviously याद हो जाएंगे. तुम्हें दो डिलीट करना हो, ड्रो डिलीट करना हो, डिलीट कर तो सकते हैं, एकदम से मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है। उसके लिए भी तुम्हें वेयर कमांड ही लगानी पड़ेगी। Delete a particular, suppose if you want to delete, I think we can directly say delete from, let me say customer data, ठीक है? But delete का access होना चाहिए where, let's say you want to delete something, let's say where you want to delete the person who is of age 23, let's say, where age equal to 23. Okay, so I think this should work. एक second please देखो. So this should work, and instead of customer data, let me say customer data duplicate, right? Customer data duplicate. Delete from customer data duplicate where age is equal to 23. So it goes fine. And again, if I say select star from customer data duplicate, so वो सारे rows जहाँ पे 23 था वो हट जाना चाहिए, ठीक है? Does it answer your question? So if you want now, guys, everyone, please have a look over here. So he was asking a question: can I delete the data? Can I delete a row based upon any condition? So answer is line number 176. So suppose I want to delete all the records where age was 23. So I will say delete from, give the name of the table and give the condition where age is equal to 23. So it will delete all the things. ठीक है ना? अब please try. Delete करने से पहले if it is your table, no problem. But किसी और टेबल में बहुत बार सोचना है. हाँ, नौकरी भी जा सकती है अगर प्रोडक्शन की टेबल डिलीट कर दी, हाथ पांव कांप जाएंगे. एडिशन तो फिर भी ठीक है एक बार. And I hope people are making their notes, right? So इसके आगे कमेंट डाल देना, delete the row based on condition, ठीक है? Based on conditions. Yeah, always keep on adding your comments. so that later on when you are doing the revision, you can quickly revise it. बहुत जल्दी revise हो जाएगा. It's saying you are working in a safe mode. Yes, you are not having the access. Safe mode में तुम काम कर रहे हो, so you are not having the access. I think इसकी setting change करनी पड़ेगी. अब मैं भूल ना. Self mode इसकी setting change करनी पड़ेगी. Setting कहाँ से change होगी? हाँ? सेफ मोड ना, तो मैंने अपने में सेफ मोड हटाया हुआ है, तो वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ. सो मैसेज रखो क्या है. आई थिंक वी नीड टू चेंज द सेटिंग. ये आएगा इसका कमांड. सो दोज हु आर गेटिंग द एरर पुट दिस कमांड सेट एसक्यूएल सेफ अपडेट्स इक्वल टू 0. ठीक है. सो बाय डिफॉल्ट उसने हटा रखा था. Run this command for getting access to delete the rows. अब शायद किसी को नहीं आएगा. Run this. ये वन टाइम अपडेट है. SQL Safe Updates. Set SQL underscore safe underscore updates equal to 0. ठीक है. ये प्री डिफाइंड कमांड है. Okay. So basically, I don't wanted to discuss the delete, but since someone asked the question, so I've taken up delete. But I wanted to discuss this thing, select part. Let's again come back to the select part. So select based upon the this thing. So I want to select only few columns. Let me say select only few rows. Select only few rows. So I'll say select the star from customer ID. Or let me say I have actually already deleted now everything. So insert into 1 second. So before select a star from customer data. Let me see how many records customer data has. So it has 7 rows, right? Select a star from customer data and let me say limit 3. So I will select the first 3 records. So it selects the first 3 records. Okay. Over here it is sequential, but in many places it would be random. Okay. Select the first 3 records. Okay, let's do one thing, guys. एक second. Now let's enter into the limit part. सबको limit समझ में आ रहा है? So limit means if I have given limit 3, it will select the first 3 records. Select count star from customer data. So I think this is also quite obvious. So it will give you only the count. To check how many records are there in table. How many records are there in table? ठीक है? क्या हुआ?
कोलन दिया तो भी वो सही है, डिलीट करके वापस क्रिएट आपने बोला था टेबल डिलीट करो और वापस कोलन देके देखो इंसर्ट
कोलन देके देखो मींस स्पेस देके देखो
एज के बाद एज में
हाँ
एज इक्वल टू कोलन 23 तो वो रन होता ही
एक सेकंड देख रहा हूँ मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा एग्जैक्टली क्या दिखाओ क्या बोल रहे हो। लाइन नंबर
36.
insert into customer data, select from customer data where age is equal to 28. नहीं, मैंने ये नहीं बोला था, मैंने बोला था एज 28, मैंने कुछ ऐसे बोला था इससे ये स्पेस।
Okay, space.
हाँ, डिलीट करो टेबल। और लेट मी सेट इंस्टेड ऑफ 28, लेट मी सेट 67 स्पेस।
67.
और कोई और दूसरी एज है 32 के अलावा?
36 है।
36 है। 36 कस्टमर डेटा में है, राइट? कस्टमर डुप्लीकेट में नहीं है, राइट? लेट्स सी। तो मैं एक साथ रन कर देता हूं, देखते हैं क्या देखो नहीं हो रही। ठीक है, बिकॉज वो उसको चाहिए 36 एग्जैक्ट चाहिए, ठीक है। अब ये सारी चीजें ना थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस चाहिए। अब सपोज करो हमने सिर्फ 36 लगा, देखते हैं अब बोलता है कि नहीं होता। किधर होगा?
36 ही देखना पड़ेगा।
सेलेक्ट स्टार फ्रॉम, एक सेकंड, पहले एक लाइन रन करो जिसमें कस्टमर डेटा है। कस्टमर डेटा कहाँ है? ये है। कौन कौन सी है? पहले रन करके बताओ कौन कौन सी है। बाजू वाले ने तुम्हारी हेल्प नहीं करी।
34.
नो रन इट। देखो हो रहा है। Select a star from customer data. Let's say. Now everyone please have a look. Let's see the limit function in a little more way, little one different way. So how many records I have? I have these many records. So which is my fourth record? My fourth record is this thing. Okay, this is my fourth record. This is my fourth record. Let me say my requirement is something like this. My requirement is to select only the fourth record from the customer data table. From the customer data table. And we already know the fourth record is ABCE 26 Mumbai 457 whatever. I want to select only the fourth record, all the columns, but only the fourth record. So क्या कर सकते हैं? So I will say select where from customer data. अब सब लोग प्लीज यहाँ पे देखो. Let's try to run it. Then I'll say limit 3, 1. Let me see. Do I get the same record? So do you notice I get the same record? ABCE 27 Mumbai 457. Now how is this working? So can I say this part is clear to everyone? If I say something like this, select a star from customer data, itna part to clear hai. Only thing is I am adding a limit. In limit, if I remove this thing, then this part is also clear. It means it will select the first 3 record. अब change क्या आया? Change आया सिर्फ इतना. ठीक है. अब ये जो change, this change is little slightly tricky. So when I say only 3, let's try break up this code and let's try understanding it. So when I say limit 3, it gives me top 3 record. When I say limit 3, it gives me top 3 record. But when I say limit 3, do you notice it is not giving me this ABC 26 Mumbai? ये वाला record तो fetch नहीं हुआ. It is not fetching this record. But when I say something like this, if I copy this thing and I say comma 1, Then what it will do is it will give me the fourth record. Over here, when I'm saying 3, counting starts from 1. ठीक है? Counting starts from, you can say 1. or I'll say 1 or counting starts from 1 और यहाँ पे counting start हो जाएगी. So basically this 3 or let me say counting starts from 0. Okay, I'll not writing this word doesn't make much sense. It will select first 3 records. It will select first 3 records. Okay, and this will not select first 3 records. It starts at 4th position. It starts at 4th position and selects 1 record. ठीक है? Selects 1 record. इसको एक second वापस guys. Before doing the coding, let me run it in a multiple ways. So let's run it once more time, once more or twice more, and then you will have a more clarity. Let me say limit 3 and 2. So now it will select your 4th and 5th record. Do you notice? It is selecting your 4th and 5th record. If I say 3, so it will select your 4th, 5th and 6th record. Ab clarity aa rahi hai after running it multiple times. If you want to select only the 5th record, let's do one thing. So let's say I'm getting one question. I want to select only the 5th record. इसमें please अपनी clarity ले लेना. This would be used heavily. If I want to select only the 5th record, before running it, let's see which is my 5th record. ठीक है ना? So which is my 5th record? My 5th record is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B30 Wakad 111. Let's copy this record and put it over here. ठीक है ना? Then what I'll do is I'll select this thing and I'll say 4, 1. 4, 1. Let's see. Do I get the same thing? So B30 Wakad. Anyway, we have taken a note of it. देखो भाई same record आ रहा है. B30 Wakad 111. Does this matches with this? ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है? So if you want to select the 5th record, give 4 and then give 1. ठीक है ना? हाँ, definitely. पहले बताओ concept clear हुआ? ठीक है ना? There is a slight change in the limit. ठीक है? The way it is being used. और ये concept ना बहुत confuse करने वाला है. Because Python में कुछ अलग आएगा, R में कुछ अलग आएगा. कहीं पे indexing 0 से start होगी, कहीं पे 1 से. कहीं पे random numbers आएंगे, कहीं पे sequence. But as of now, SQL is you write the same query in another software. Let's say you give limit 3, it will select anything, not from top 3. But as of now, it is sequential. फिर जब तुम लोग R Python दोनों सीखोगे तो R का कोड कभी Python में लिखोगे, कभी Python का कोड R में. ऐसा होगा. But with time, everything will get. मुझे कैसे बताओ? कोडिंग तो नहीं करी थी देवत रिकॉर्डिंग्स उसके ले लो। रिकॉर्डिंग्स मिले? हाँ तो फिर क्या, रिकॉर्डिंग्स मिले ना, गो थ्रू द रिकॉर्डिंग। ये क्वेश्चन क्लास के नेता से पूछो, पूछा था उससे। लीडर कौन है क्लास का? तुमने हेल्प नहीं करी इसकी? तुमने पूछा नहीं?
उससे नहीं पूछा।
नहीं, लीडर से पूछो। और लीडर हेल्प नहीं करे तो मेरे को बताओ, ठीक है? पहले उससे पूछो, देखो क्या बोलता है वो, ठीक है ना? तुम एक लेवल जंप करके आ गए हो। वो लीडर इसीलिए बनाया, जो भी मिस होगा वो लीडर बताएगा। मेक श्योर यू गेट द रिकॉर्डिंग्स एंड यू गो थ्रू द रिकॉर्डिंग, है ना? बिकॉज अब उनको रिवाइज तो नहीं किया जा सकता अभी।
वो स्पेस देने के बाद भी होता है।
हो रहा है? ओके, नॉर्मली होना नहीं चाहिए, बट श्योर हो रहा है, चेक करो। हो रहा तो ठीक है, बढ़िया। अगर हो रहा है तो ये अच्छा भी है और बुरा भी है।
पहले तो इंसर्ट हो गए हैं, पहले रन के इंसर्ट।
बुलाया है? कौन कौन है? प्रणव इज देयर? प्रणव कानिकर कौन है? हाँ, के ए। सिद्धार्थ जैन, हुए सिद्धार्थ जैन? नॉट देयर, बट ऑनलाइन में होगा। सुशांत कौन है? पटनायक सुशांत। श्याम सिंह, वैष्णवी कदम, अमोल पारकर कौन है? वेदांत ऑनलाइन है। वेदांत अभी क्लास में है, ठीक है। ऋतुजा, हु इज ऋतुजा? ठीक है। ध्रुव
भी ऑनलाइन।
ऑनलाइन। राहुल पाटिल,
शेयर।
राहुल पाटिल, ओके ठीक है। क्या बोला है? मिलने बोला है? ठीक है गाइस, ठीक है, मिल लो जाके। किससे मिलना है? उत्कर्षा से? आरती मैडम से मिलना है। ऑब्वियसली कुछ फीस का इशू होगा, ठीक है। एनीवे मैं एक 10 मिनट का ब्रेक देने ही वाला था। सो लेट्स मीट एट अराउंड 11:30 एंड टेक 10-15 मिनट्स। एंड जिन जिन का नाम मैंने अनाउंस किया गाइस, विदाउट फेल प्लीज मीट हर, है ना? सबको अपना नाम याद रहेगा। लेट्स टेक अ ब्रेक फॉर 10-15 मिनट्स एंड देन लेट्स असेंबल। Okay, so let's get started. So I hope जिन लोग को मिलना था मिल लिया आरती से, या कोई ऐसा जो नहीं मिला? Okay, so I'm sharing one link on the drive. So let's please उसको डाउनलोड कर लो. Okay, just download it from that link. It is a database link. Okay, so download it, and in meantime I'll tell you what it is. I think ये पहले है तुम लोग के पास क्या? नहीं है? तो लास्ट टाइम तुम लोग ने किस डेटाबेस पे प्रैक्टिस किया था? HR डेटाबेस कितना बड़ा था वो? Thousands of records थे एटलीस्ट? ज्यादा होंगे? ओके, एक टेबल में 20 रिकॉर्ड. तुम लोग ने HR डेटाबेस नहीं, मैं पूछ रहा हूँ, तुम कुछ लोग पहले से है ना जिन्होंने, तो तुम लोग ने किसी लार्ज डेटाबेस पे प्रैक्टिस किया था? व्हाट वाज दैट? HR डेटाबेस था. कितने टेबल्स थे? हर टेबल में कितने रिकॉर्ड थे? अप्रोक्सीमेटली 20-30 रिकॉर्ड थे. ओके, ठीक है. सो ये जो डेटा शेयर कर रहा हूँ, ओवर हियर यू वुड बी हैविंग more than thousands or lakhs of records. ठीक है? So it will give you a real feel of how the data can be in your industry. ठीक है?
तुम देना कि मेरे सिलेक्ट हम कस्टमर ने
Rahul Vaishnavi Vedant, please go on mute. Rahul Vaishnavi Vedant, go on mute, please. राहुल को मैं खुद ही म्यूट कर देता हूँ. वेदांत. Okay, see the link which I have shared you. It is something like this. सब लोग प्लीज एक सेकंड यहाँ पे देखेंगे. So download it and place it. लिंक शेयर किया ना चैट पे? कुछ लोगों ने बाद में ज्वाइन किया तो उन्हें नहीं मिला होगा. ठीक है, अगेन आई हैव शेयर्ड इट. ठीक है, डाउनलोड करना, सेव इट समवेयर. डोंट सेव इट इन योर सी ड्राइव, सेव इट समवेयर एल्स. ठीक है, इफ यू वांट यू कैन सेव इट इन सी ड्राइव, बट इट विल टेक अ स्पेस. फिर तुम्हें थोड़ा बाद में प्रॉब्लम आएगा. सो नाउ व्हाट इट विल डू इज, लेट द नेम ऑफ योर डेटाबेस वुड बी योर एम्प्लॉइज. सो यू वुड बी नोइंग द लोकेशन कहां पे सेव किया है. बराबर? अरे कैन आई हैव यस और नो? तुम लोगों को पता होगा ना सेव कहां किया है. सो फाइल में जाना एंड बोलना ओपन एसक्यूएल स्क्रिप्ट. ओके, and select it. Let's say this is your database employees. Select it and this tab will get open. So this is your database and all the queries. So if you scroll it slowly, you will notice that this is creating all the tables. अब देखो यहाँ पे, एक सेकंड प्लीज. स्क्रीन नहीं थी. नहीं डाउनलोड मत करो अभी, डाउनलोड करते रहना. एक सेकंड, जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो तो देखो. ठीक है, अच्छा स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रहा था. Let's say you select something and एक सेकंड, बहुत सारे एम्प्लॉइज खुल गए, अदरवाइज people will get confused. ठीक है, फाइल में जाना, You would be knowing the location where you have saved that download, ठीक है? And then you say open SQL script. So it will give you the location. अगर location वो नहीं है तो select कर लेना, जो सी भी location में. Select that thing. Open it. So it will open a new tab. Can you notice after SQL 7 there is a new tab employees? Starting में कुछ comments हैं. Comments as in इस database के बारे में बताएगा what it is. Then it is creating your database. So all the executable queries. So it will create your employees database. Then within your employees database, it will create number of tables. So drop table कर रहा है पहले, then create your table employees. Then similarly, it will create your table departments. Then it will create your table department manager. Department employee, it will create. Titles, it will create. Table salaries also it will create. It will create 5 to 6 tables. And then what it will do, it will start inserting the data also. ठीक है? It will start inserting the data also. तुम्हें क्या करना है? तुम्हें कुछ नहीं करना है, तुम्हें सिर्फ कंट्रोल ए करना है और इसको रन कर देना है. Getting my point? Control A, run. It will create all the table and it will insert all the data. And then we will start working into that data. ठीक है? इतना please करो. ठीक है? So it will take some 5-6 minutes depending upon your net speed. And then we'll work on the database which have thousands and thousands of records. क्या? कौन सा डेटा इंसर्ट करना है? ये वाला एम्प्लॉइज वाला कंट्रोल ए करना है. कंट्रोल ए विल सेलेक्ट एवरीथिंग राइट और बस अपना एग्जीक्यूशन कमांड कर देना एंड यू हैव टू वेट. अच्छा यहाँ पे एक चीज देख रहे हो, कैन यू नोटिस अ हैंड सिंबल ओवर हियर? जब तक वो रेड होगा इट मींस योर क्वेरी इज रनिंग. टिल द टाइम इट इज रेड इट मींस इट इज रनिंग. ठीक है, उसको स्टॉप नहीं करना है, अदरवाइज आधा डेटा लोड होगा. अपने स्कीमा में चेक करो, स्कीमा को रिफ्रेश करो. सी आफ्टर दिस थिंग what you can do is you can come over here and refresh. ये refresh का बटन दिख रहा है and you should be able to see the employees and these tables you should be able to see. क्या ऑप्शन? Control A and just run it and wait for some time. Suppose करो तुम एक मेल लिख रहे हो तो अपना अटैचमेंट कैसे अटैच करते हो? बिल्कुल सेम. How do you attach it? You browse it and select the location, select the document. Exactly. टाइम पे तो आएगा. दो बार तो बताया. See again I will tell you guys जिन्होंने मिस किया. अब वापस ध्यान से सुनो, उसको म्यूट करो. Go to the file. Go to the file. How do you attach an attachment? Suppose करो Gmail में तुम्हें attachment करना होता तुम कैसे करते? You would go to the file. उसकी वॉइस को कम करो ना मिनिमम. Okay, like again, let me repeat. Go to the file. Let's say you want to attach some Word document or any picture to your Gmail. Guys, 1 second. File में जाओ. Open SQL script. You would be knowing where you have saved your download. ऐसा ही icon आ रहा है. Right? When you have downloaded, you are getting the similar icon. Select it. Open it. A new page will appear. तुम्हें कुछ नहीं करना है, तुम्हें सिर्फ कंट्रोल ए करना है. And run it. That's it. Just run it and wait for 5 to 6 minutes. Can you see a hand symbol over here? If this is red, it means your query is running. ठीक है, बस इतना सिंपल चीज. कभी जीमेल में अटैचमेंट नहीं किया? क्यों? जीमेल में भी तो अटैचमेंट ऐसे ही करते हैं ना. फाइल सेलेक्ट करते हैं, लोकेशन सेलेक्ट करते हैं और जो सब तुम्हें डॉक्यूमेंट. अरे अटैच करने के लिए तो यही है, एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए वो है. ओके, अगेन एक सेकंड सब लोग प्लीज ध्यान से सुनो यहाँ पे. 1 minute. So let's say your query is executed. Your query is executed. How would you come to know कि execution has gone fine? 1 minute. So what you will do is, can you see the schema written over here on the top left hand side? Schema के सामने can you see a refresh button? उसको refresh करना. And the employees database should be created over here. Do you know another name for database is schema only? So a schema would have been created. Employees के सामने एक arrow दिख रहा है. Click on that arrow. Then it will show you all these 6 tables. और हर एक टेबल में जाके देखो, it will show you the columns. Columns में जाके देखो, it will show you the column names. Okay, this is the way you will confirm it. And then run your select star from employees or select count star and see how many records have been inserted. Please करो इतना. So this we will be working on this database now. फिर से रिफ्रेश करो. कितने लोग का हो गया? Done. Those who are in online, guys, how many of them? 5 to 6. Those who have remotely joined. Done. आ रहा है? Anyone who is facing problem? किसी को problem आ रहा है? नहीं? Okay. So let's explore this thing. 1 second, I'll do one thing. I'll share only this workbench. Otherwise, मेरा office का काम भी लोगों को दिखता रहेगा, which is not good. Let me say use employees. Acha, now for next 5 minutes, guys, please have a look over here. What we have done. Please थोड़ी देर बात बंद करोगे? ठीक है, बातें करो लेकिन आवाज नहीं आनी चाहिए, ठीक है? इतनी धीरे बातें करो। अब लोगों ने सच में ले लिया होगा, अच्छा बातें कर सकते हैं। एक सेकंड, something has happened, my SQL has got closed. हाँ भाई, पता है नहीं विजिबल है। Give me a minute, I'll share the screen. Okay, now is it visible? The screen visible है? ठीक है? See what has happened. Basically, if you refresh over here, you should be able to see our employees database. ठीक है? Within employees database, you should be able to see the tables. Within the tables, you should be. Is everyone able to see these 6 names? Department, department employee, department manager, employees, salaries and titles. ये 6 tables दिख रहे हैं. Are you able to see these 6 tables? So basically, if you see this thing, it is nothing but a very big set of queries. So at the starting, what we have done is we have created that table. At the very beginning, we have created the database. Now keep one thing in mind. There are 2 things related to employees. Database name is also employees and the table name is also employees. Okay? And then I am creating the table. So for example, employees table. Over here, if you notice, it has taken employee number as primary key. Second, create table department. So department number is taken as primary key. So if you want, you can read all these things. Okay? Create table department number, whatever. Okay? Now, and at the end, it has inserted the data. It has inserted the data into various table. Before we run any query, any select command or anything, let's explore our database. ये data है क्या, है ना? Let's get the understanding. So first of all, right everyone, use employees because previously I was using PJ32 database. Now I want to use employees database. Okay? Because these 6 tables have been inserted into your employees database. Okay? Use employees. So there are 6 tables. First of all, let's see what are how many records each table has. Select count star from, let's say, employees. ठीक है. Select count staff from employees. So I am getting how many records? I am getting 3,24,000 records. सबको इतना ही नंबर आ रहा है? Select count staff from employees, and similarly you can run it for all the other things. Just copy paste it. Let's say department employee. So you have 3,31,000 records. So it will give you a good practice. So number of records are many. Select records staff from, let's say, department employees or department manager. Let me say manager kitne hain? How many managers? Only 24 managers. So out of lakhs of employees, there are only 24 managers. Select the staff from employees, department employees, and let me say departments. I have 9 different departments. Select count staff from salaries. How many records are there in your salaries table? So 9,67,000. So around 1 million records are there. Select count staff from, let's say, titles. So 4,43,308 records. So I think this is a huge enough database to practice. We can create various scenarios, everything using this amount of data. ठीक है? So how many records do we have in employees? 3 lakh. इसके सामने एक numbers लिख देते हैं so that it will give you a good idea. 30024. Department employee 331603. Department manager, I remember there are only 24. Select count from departments. कितने departments? 9. Okay, 9. Then from salaries 96733 zeros. Titles कितने titles हैं भाई? 443308. Okay, so this is a quite big data, and now we will start practicing our queries. Okay, basically we will see our select and different forms of joins, nested queries, and all those. धीरे से start करते हैं. Guys, can we move ahead? सबका हो गया यहाँ तक? Select now department employee. एक ही रिकॉर्ड दिखा रहा है एकदम वापस employee. Select account star हमने account नहीं करा है. वो दिखा रहा है बहुत बड़ी बात है. एरर देना चाहिए था. Select count star ना वापस count. Before writing any query, let's see what this database. So basically, now everyone please have a look. 2 minutes, please, baat nahi karo. So we have there is a company where you have created this database, right? So whenever the person joins, you are creating various tables. So for example, this employee table. This employee table has the basic data: employment number, birth date, first name, last name, gender, and hire date. When did the person join the company? So if I say select star from employees and let me now use limit 5. इसलिए limit पहले बता दिया था so that now when I am using it, people will not ask that question. So it will give you top first 5 records. This is how your data will look like. And this employees will contain how many records? It will contain your around 3 lakh, right? 3 lakh record. So it gives you the basic information: employment number, birth date, first name, last name, gender, and hire date. Hire date as in when did the person join the company? किस दिन hire हुआ? Now, let's say, what is the connection between employees and salary? So if I go to the salaries table, do you notice employment number, salary, from date, and to date? So for example, if I want to know what is the salary of this person, Christian, Koblik, whatever. So मुझे कैसे पता चलेगा? If I want to find the salary of this person, Christian Koblik or Pareto, Bamford, whatever, जो भी नाम है, बड़ी complicated नाम है, या let's say George. So how would I get the salary of any person? Distinct? No, distinct? What distinct? कहाँ पे distinct लगाओगे? Question कुछ अलग है, तुम आंसर कुछ अलग दे रहे हो. See, do you notice that in employees table you are having an employment number also, and same employment number you are having over here also. So it means using our employment number, I can build the relationship between my employees table and my salaries table when I do the join later on. So do you notice a connection is being built, or the better word would be the relation is being built using your employment number. And if employment number is your primary key, probably it is acting as your primary key only. Okay. So if I say, let me say, describe employees. M-P-L-O-Y-E-S. If I say describe employees, let's see what's the description. So do you notice employee number is acting as your primary key? Am I right?
Yes.
So you can get the, using your employment number, you can build the relationship between your this thing. Because keep one thing in mind, that salaries table has the employment number, it does not has the name. So if you want to have the name, employment number, and the salary, then you need to look into 2 tables, salaries table and the employees table. सिर्फ एक table से data नहीं आता. इतनी बात समझ में आ रही है? But using employment number, you can build the relation between them. Later on, we will do that. As of now, I'm just trying to explain what this data is. Okay. Now let's explore the another table. Okay. So for example, let me say department. So when you join a company, you work in some department. It can be sales, marketing, IT, whatever, right? So let's see what are the values inside our department table. Okay. So in department table, I am having these values: columns, department number, department name. Now, how can I build a relation between department number, department name? I do not have anything for my, are the same things existing in my employees table? Answer is no. But there would be something. Let's say select a star from employees table. Okay. Employment number, birth date, first name, last name, gender, and hire date. Okay. Department employee. Before going to departments, let's see the department employee. Okay. Select a star from, let me say, department underscore employee, limit, let's say 7. Okay. So do you notice I have an employment number? This employment number is also present in your employees table, but in department number, you also have department number. So using your department number, I can build a relation between my this thing also, department also. Okay. So for each department, you have a unique department name. So for example, let me say, if I say select star from departments, 8 हो गया, right? Select star from departments. If I want to get the name of the department, limit, इसमें departments में कितने records थे? 9 ही थे ना, तो limit की कोई जरूरत नहीं. Select star from departments. Okay. Do you notice each department number comes with its own name? Suppose I want to know whether the person is working in marketing department, finance department, or human resource department. Then what I can do, I can build a connection between my employees table, then department employee, and then department. So I can get the name also. ठीक है ना? If you want to get the department name. Now, if I want to know the title, कि उसका title क्या है? So employment number, title, from date, and to date. Can people guess? Suppose I want to find what is the current title of your, select star from titles, and let me say titles में कितने record है? बहुत है? Limit, let's say 10. Select star from titles. Now, if I want to select whether, let's say the person is Robert, whether Robert is working as a staff engineer, senior engineer, or whatever, then how can I build the connection? I can build the connection using our employment number, and I can get to know his title. Now, do you notice one thing? If I am right, from your this thing, titles, in your titles, how many record I am having? 4,43,308. In your employees, I am having the details of 3,24,000. Number of employees are less, but number of records in titles are more. Can someone guess why? Because whenever you change your title, a new entry would be added in the titles table. Let's say you were software engineer and now you are senior software engineer. So a new entry would be added in the titles table, but new entry would not be added in your employees table. समझ में आ रहा है? And same thing, do you notice in salaries table, the number of records are much more compared to your employees table. जब salary change होगी, a new entry would be added in your salaries table. ठीक है? Let's say you were software engineer, now you became senior software engineer. So a new entry will go in titles also and in salaries also, because your salary might have changed now. ठीक है ना? So this is how your data is. ठीक है? अब आगे start करें. Is the understanding clear? How the tables are connected? And anyway, when we'll write few more queries, then you will get more clarity. Okay. Take few minutes and try exploring the data. Okay. Try running select command on all tables and see first few records. ठीक है, take 5 minutes and see the first few records. एक बार invest, put some more time and see how your data is. I have given you the understanding, but explore it on your own.
Departments no. देख रहा हूँ सर प्राइमरी का चाहिए
Okay, chalo, let's start. So we'll start with some simple queries and then obviously I'll keep on complicating the way I take the class. Okay, so we have seen how to create a table and now let's see how to create a. Okay, guys, let's focus over here. Let me say select the star from employees. Okay, select the star from employees and let me say limit 10. Okay. Okay, so I can see that employment number, birth date, first name, last name, gender, hire date, and all those things. Okay. Now, suppose if my requirement is, let me say my requirement is requirement 1. How many employees are male employees? Kitne male employees हैं? So I think this is very simple thing. So I can say select the star, select, I can just say select count star if I just want to see the count. Select count star from employees where gender equal to M. Capital M or small m? Let's explore. Okay, let's explore. So I have 1,79,973. Okay. Now let's write the same thing in a little different way. I'll not say different way, but instead of small m, let me say capital M. Will they give me the same answer? क्या ये दोनों मुझे same answer देंगे? Yes. Answer is yes. SQL में same answer, but not in every language. ठीक है ना? Not in every language. Over here, whether you say small m or capital M, answer is yes. But if you are working in Athena or any other language, small m and capital M would be two different genders. Okay. As of now, SQL is not case sensitive, but Python and R are case sensitive with my other one. Okay, they are case sensitive. Select, let me say employees. And let me just select the first name and last name. Select first name, comma, last name from employees. Okay, so it will show me all the first name and last name. Okay, it shows me all first name and last name. So basically names can appear more than once also. At least first name can appear more than once, last name can appear more than once. Combination may not be appearing, though it can also appear more than once. Okay. So if I want to say how many unique names are there, how many unique names are there, then what I can do is I can say select distinct first name. First name from employees. So distinct means it will select all the unique names. Select distinct. I think.
Spelling
किस चीज की
distinct.
distinct is DINCT. Select distinct first name from the employees. So 1275. So there are 1275 unique names are present. ठीक है. So इसके आगे command लिख लो. I'll say distinct will give unique. Select will give unique. Or if I write something like this, पहले इतना कर लो, then let's move.
सर ऊपर लिमिट डाला है 1000 का, तो वो 1000 रिकॉर्ड का ही आउटपुट देगा ना.
Yes.
पूरा देखने के लिए वो लिमिट तो वापस
लिमिट
से
हटाना
select
पड़ेगा.
everything.
बस बिल्कुल डाल सकता. Let me say count star. ये क्यों यहाँ पे एरर दे रहा है? Select count star distinct. If I just want to see the count, तो कैसे दे सकते हैं? Count star.
सर स्टार नहीं डालना चाहिए, सिर्फ डिस्टिंक्ट.
Select count.
डिस्टिंक्ट
Count, हाँ, count distinct first name from employees. हाँ. Select count distinct first name employees. So it will directly give you this count. It will directly give you this count. Okay. Select count distinct first. Okay, let's see one more thing. Let's do one more thing. So if I run this line, now everyone please have a look. एक छोटे सा नया change आ रहा है. If I run this line, what is the output? We already know. Do you notice the name of the column is count distinct first name? Name of the column is count distinct first name. And it is taking this name. Why? Because you haven't given any name. So it is taking this name, right? Now in the below line, what I have done is I am saying select count distinct first name, and I'm giving the name as unique first name from employees. So now this will only change the name of your column. The values will still remain the same, but it changes the name of the column as unique first name. And I hope people can guess this is the name which you want to give. तुम जो भी यहाँ पे दे दोगे वो उस नाम से आ जाएगा, ठीक है ना? Let's say you have given something like this, so it will come with this name. But obviously this name doesn't make any sense. ठीक है ना? So as in, it will just change the name of the column. It is like your alias. ठीक है? So let me again give the same name. ठीक है? Everyone please run this thing because इस as का हम लोग आगे बहुत use करने वाले हैं. Heavily used. Okay? It will just change the name of the column. ठीक है? Please बताओ any doubt, any questions? Done? Okay, let's move. Let me say another requirement. How many employees with a particular name? How many employees with a particular name? ठीक है? Choose any name, कुछ भी नाम जो आ रहा है. So let me say select star from employees where, let me say first name is equal to, मैं अपना नाम डाल रहा हूं, तुम लोग अपना नाम डाल के देख लो तुम लोग का नाम है कि नहीं. शायद मेरा नाम है, मैंने पहले रन करा हुआ है, that's why. Let's see कितने लोग हैं जिनका नाम प्रांजल. So 256 people. ठीक है? एंड इसमें से कुछ मेल भी है कुछ फीमेल भी है. ठीक है? यू चेक योर नेम. देखो क्या तुम्हारा नाम ग्लोबल है? So I want to check how many employees are with the first name Pranjal.
सर डिस्टिंक्ट फंक्शन यूज करते वक्त एरर आ रहा है। हेलो
Somebody is asking.
So what's the doubt? So select count distinct first name from employees. Error code, you have an error. So yes, sahi hai. Select count distinct first name from employees. You are getting error. Check the manual, let respond. Let's see. क्या है इसका कोड? Select count distinct. यहाँ पे एरर क्यों आ रहा है? सेलेक्ट काउंट डिस्टिंक्ट फर्स्ट, नहीं ठीक ही दिया है। सेलेक्ट काउंट डिस्टिंक्ट, सही तो है? क्या प्रॉब्लम है? सी, जिसने भी क्वेश्चन पूछा है, व्हाट इज हिज नेम? स्वामी। इशू यहाँ पे एक सर्टन सा आ रहा है, आई थिंक एक कुछ स्पेस आ गया यहाँ पे, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस स्पेस प्रॉब्ली इट इज गिविंग एन एरर। ठीक है, सो इफ आई शिफ्ट दिस स्पेस द एरर वैनिशेस। ठीक है, दिस प्रॉब्ली यू विल लर्न विद सम मोर प्रैक्टिस। ठीक है ना? Okay. So till this time, everywhere I have used a single condition. ठीक है? Now let's say I have more than one condition. धीरे धीरे हम लोग इसे complicate करेंगे. Let's say I have more than one condition. And let me write the requirement. My requirement is I want to select all employees whose name is either Pranjal or let's say Prashant. ठीक है? Or let me say Pradeep. ठीक है? So what I can do now, everyone please have a look. So I'll say select a star from employees where first name equal to Pranjal. इसमें कोई doubt? So either the name is Pranjal or Pradeep. I hope one thing is clear that it cannot be and. किसी employee का नाम Pranjal and Pradeep दोनों तो नहीं हो सकता, right? So obviously it should be an or, right? If you give and, then probably no record would be selected. ठीक है ना? If you give and, no record would be selected. So first name equal to Pranjal, then I'll say or first name equal to Pradeep. ठीक है? Let's end it. Thank you. So now do you notice Pradeep and Pranjal both come, and the number of records have increased to 483. Previously they were 256. ठीक है? अब please करो. And then with this condition I'll introduce the in state. इसी के साथ in introduce कर देंगे at a logical time. Okay, now everyone please have a look over here. Suppose over here I was checking only two conditions. Okay, let's say I want to check multiple conditions, multiple names. So let's say name is either Pradeep, Pranjal, or let's say Prashant, and let me say Bob. If I want to check for all these four names, please 1 minute. 1 minute. So what should be my code? Then I will do something like this. And I will say or first name, and then I'll let's say put Prashant. And then I'll let's say put Bob. So this will also go fine. This will also go fine. I think ये यहाँ पे close. ठीक है ना? This either you run something like this, or what I can do is I will say select star from employees where first name, and I will say in, and then I'll just copy this thing. I'll say Pranjal, second name, third name, and let me say the fourth name. Okay. Now, before running the last line, let me not run the last line. Let me see what's the output for this one. इसका output कितना आता है? The number of rows are 483. ठीक है? I think प्रशांत या कोई ऐसा नाम बोलो ना जो already exist करता हो. Let's say Adam. It's a common name. So 734 rows are there. Let me remove this thing and let me again run. So do you notice 734 rows? The same thing I can do something like there. So I'll make the change this with Adam. Okay. And then let me add one syntax over here. Do you notice the same thing? Now, before you start running the code or start writing the code, do you notice what is the advantage of using this last line? When you are saying first name in, then every time you don't need to give or first name equal to, or first name equal to, or first name equal to. You can directly say if the first name appears in any of these things, the name would be, the record would be selected. So in a way, whatever I was doing using my or condition, I can do using this in statement. Okay? When you want to select multiple, when you want to pass multiple condition. Okay? So again, let me repeat this line number 244 and this line number 254. They are doing the same thing. They are one and the same. Okay? Up, please run karo. Run it, guys. So Siddharth is saying we can directly do this or this. Okay. So I don't think Siddharth, what you are saying can be done. The human mind says yes, it can be done. But let's see, is it possible? Is it running? So record the coming only 256. It is selecting only Pranjal. It is not selecting Pradeep. Are you getting my point? So error नहीं आने का मतलब ये नहीं कि error नहीं है, error है. तुम लोग को तो hypothesis पढ़ा चुका है, ठीक है ना? So to answer your question, it will not give an error, but it will not give you the proper output also. ठीक है? So this इसके आगे लिख दो, this is wrong, so that you don't make this mistake. Okay? The line number 253 is wrong. So it will give you the records only corresponding to the first name. It is not giving error, but it is not giving the proper output either. Siddharth, is this point clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. What a loud confirmation tha, but I appreciate it. लड़का मेहनत से पढ़ रहा है. Okay, since I have introduced in, let me introduce logically, let me introduce not in also. Let me introduce not in also. So from where did we started? We started from or, and then we entered into the in logically, and then let's enter into a not in. See, if in gives you the matching record, then not in will give you the just opposite records. So for example, if I want to say, select all names which are not Pranjal or Pradeep. Let's say, if I want to select all the names, then what I can do is I can say select the star from employees, copy this thing, put over here, and I'll say not in this thing. Select star from employees. क्या problem हो गया? Okay. Yeah. So it gives you all the names. So can you notice 2009, 2,99,541. उसमें अगर तुम 754 कुछ add करोगे तो you will get the same total count, right? So it is, and from the output, do you notice it is giving you all the names, but it is not giving you the names of Pranjal and Pradeep. So not in is like your, you can say not equal to. Okay? It is your negative condition, not equal to. Okay? And before running each query, guys, please add this one line of statement. It will tell you the purpose of writing the query. किस लिए तुमने query लिखी? ठीक है ना? Please keep on making your notes. सबको आ रहा है रिजल्ट? Any doubt, any questions, guys, till this point? In, not in. ठीक है? Let's see one more command and then we'll end the session and tomorrow we'll continue. Like command or like function or whatever you can say. Whose name, let's start with PRA. Okay. Whose name starts with PRA or it has PRA. So what I can do is I can say select. अब सब लोग please एक second देखो यहाँ पे select star from employee. Select star from employees where first name like, and I am giving PRA percentage. I am giving first name like PRA